Welcome to an extra video this week. Of course, my regular weekly review is coming up this Wednesday, I think, but I wanted to make a little DVD Blu-ray update for July and August because I got a lot of stuff and it's probably my last super huge, well, not super huge, there's not that much stuff, but regular sized DVD and Blu-ray update for a while because yo boy can't keep a fucking job and he's going back to school, so he's got to save money. So here are my pickups for the last 2 months. Some pretty out there stuff, you know, since I've been slowly starting to get some more views in on my my more experimental film reviews. I've slowly started to collecting more of that stuff, which I don't really mind because I really do enjoy most of the films I talk about. They're not just movies I buy for shock value. I truly do find enjoyment in them. And speaking of which, let's start with my first one, Women's Flesh, My Red Guts. Now, Horrible Reviews posted this amazing 3.5 hours long video this weekend, and I watched all of it, and it was truly one of the best videos on disturbing / extreme cinema. And whilst watching that video, you know, seeing some incredible films being reviewed, I decided to buy two: Woman's Flesh, My Red Guts and Tumbling Doll of Flesh. Of all the films they talked about, you know, Oscar-worthy films, art films, well-respected films, I bought shitty shot-on-video, Japanese, experimental. Tumbling Doll of Flesh is actually a porn. This one is more of a porn directed by a porn director, and I flipped the cover. This is the original. This is what the cover would look like if you bought it from Amazon, but I wanted that late 90s Japanese VHS style, which I do really love. They're really packaged like porn films. 50 minutes, 8,000 yen, which is like $8. This didn't cost $8, but whatever. That's just fun, and yes, I just did scratch my balls. Moving on to something more artsy, here's a Criterion for Sweet movie. Now, I don't think this is on Blu-ray from Criterion, which is pretty sad, because I feel like this film would gain a lot from receiving a Blu-ray. It is a very well shot film, it is a very bizarre film, and I really did love it. Plus, it's a Canadian, France, and German production, and they shot a lot in Montreal. And when I went in 2019 to Fantasia for the Horror Express tour, we saw where the milk bottle was put in Montreal, the giant milk bottle, because quickly Cinema's Underbelly did a really good review of this on his channel. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend this channel anyways. He talks a lot about obscure underground extreme cinema, and this is, I wouldn't really call it extreme, but it is shocking to an extent. There is a lot of shocking scenes, but it is beautifully done. Think of it like a Jodorowsky's film, you know, where, you know, it's weird, it's hard to get into, but once you get into, it's wonderful, and it's truly a masterpiece of art house cinema. Plus, Criterion comes with this booklet with essays. It's a really enjoyable film. I really did have a good time with it. You know, I wish my collection was alphabetically ordered, because I would put this next to Stanley Kubrick's Lolita, and I could fuck around with people and be like, yeah, this is the unofficial sequel to Stanley Kubrick's film. It's Lolita Vibrator Torture. It's kind of like Lolita, but with more vibrators and torture. Oh, what can I say? I haven't seen this one yet. I'm just in awe that I actually purchased this. I wasn't even intoxicated. I just saw this. I'm like, whoa, this looks fun. It's directed by Isaya Sato, which another film of his I'm getting in the mail. Well, you'll see it later because I'll do an unboxing probably. I ordered a bunch of shit. But this is a Nikatsu Roman porno film, and supposedly it's a very, very extreme, very, very fucked up, very, very, very much interesting. Probably will do a review on this one, and probably will do a review for Woman's Flesh, My Red Guts, because apparently that's what I do now, and honestly I couldn't be happier because I do really love these films. Fight for Your Life. So this is one I've wanted to see for a while, just like Sweet Movie, you know, heard a lot about it, and you guys know my favorite genre is 70s exploitation. That's my bread and butter. I really do love that time period of cinema, especially for exploitation cinema, which, you know, it was really, really out there, and this is one that's apparently very, very out there, a classic 42nd Street, the most racist film, which is actually a film that's anti-racist. If you think these types of films are actually racist, you're kind of retarded, but you know, it's a very fucked up film directed by Robert A. Endelson, and I'll open it, but it's just a regular little Blue Underground edition. Did I open this one? Did I show you guys? It's nothing really. It's just the DVD and the Synapse catalog. Now we're getting into the Blu-rays, which lucky, right? Get it? Wax Mask. This is the last great Italian gore film of the 20th century. I haven't seen that one yet, but it's an Italian film from the late 90s, which wasn't expected. I heard a lot about it. I was watching a lot of Criterion Closet and Severin Cellar, and I'm pretty sure this is where I got it from, or probably another video of like Severin recommendations. I haven't seen it yet, but it's produced by Dario Argento, and it was supposed to be directed by Lucio Fulci, but you guys probably know that he died in '96, so he didn't direct it. Instead, it was Sergio Stivaletti, and it's the guy that did the special effects in Phenomena, Opera Demons, and Cemetery Man, which I watched Cemetery Man Friday or Saturday. That movie is still incredible. I'm so in love with that film. Now you guys saw the unboxing, but I did finally watch Crossbearer, so for more detail I have an unboxing. Here we go. I can't really show it because there's some nudity. I watched it and it was thoroughly entertaining. Not a revolutionary slasher, of course, but it's interesting and it's very entertaining, and I feel like I wrote on my Instagram, this was made to be entertaining, and I was entertained during the whole way through, and I didn't see the extras, but I'll be happy to watch the making of documentary. I always like making of documentaries, especially for lower budget films, and this one is one that I'll be watching because I'm curious to how it was on set. It looked like a fun movie to make, like most of these really indie films. Now this, you know, have you guys ever bought something and when you go out of the store you're like, I feel like I stole this. This is how I felt when I bought Night of the Creeps. There's this store around in Canada, Sunrise. It replaced HMV. It's mainly record stores, and they have some boutique stuff, but it's fairly expensive. This was expensive, but nothing compared to how it goes on eBay. So I opened my phone. I'm like, yeah, it's 33 bucks. I can deal with that, but I'll just look on Amazon just in case. And that's also where I bought Wax Mask, because I still like to, you know, like buy local. So I go on Amazon, I'm like, I can't even find a regular edition. And then I go on eBay and I see that this collector's 2-disc edition is like selling for like 50 Canadian with like $20 shipping, so $70. I'm like, oh shit, I'm buying this. Plus I wanted to upgrade it because it's in my collection, the regular DVD that's kind of boring. I wanted to upgrade it because it's truly one of my favorite 80s horror film. Like, this is what I think of when I think of 80s horror films. This, The Thing, The Blob, stuff like that. Very entertaining film. Tom Atkins is so much fun. Another Severin of films. The release, Family Portraits, the Trilogy of America. This is a compilation of 3 films by controversial director Douglas Buck. One of them was in the Horrible Reviews video I talked about. Cutting Moments, yeah, I'm pretty sure. So this includes Cutting Moments, Home, and Prologue, which are 3 short films directed by Douglas Buck. Looks pretty fucked up. Parasite. Finally bought Parasite. I haven't seen it yet. I know it won Oscars and everyone talks about how great it is, and it's probably very good because I'm a big fan of Korean films. I really enjoy them. They can be so nerve-wracking. Twilight People, I've made a review about it. One of my least seen reviews, but I really did have fun watching and reviewing this film, so go check it out. Pretty cool release. This I can't show a lot. Love Dump. Yeah, Love Dump. This was my last review, so guys, check it out. I got some pretty decent views. The director commented on it, the actress commented on it, and the guy who drew the artwork commented on it. So pretty good. Glad these guys enjoyed my review. It is a really fun movie. I highly recommend it to people getting into the underground cinema. Sam Hill is a very intriguing director, and I'll be watching more. I didn't order his newest one, that's Flesh Eater X, which I think is kind of his finale in the Baroque House production, kind of not really cinematic universe, but is releasing, and now he's getting into more straight up horror and less erotic experimental horror. But do check this one out. There's still copies available. Like I said, it's limited to 666, and I just might as well get through this one. Goodfellas. I had to upgrade it. I still had the Walmart $5 DVD that you have to flip around half the movie. One of my favorite films. You guys, everyone knows about Goodfellas. And finally, Emmanuel and the White Slave Trade, which is an upgrade for me because obviously I have the Emmanuel box set, which I won't never get rid. Even if I get all of them on Blu-ray, which I don't think they're all on Blu-ray, but even if I get all of them, I'll keep that box set just because it's a beautiful release, and you just open it and you see Laura Gemser's tits. Like, how great is that? So Emmanuel and the White Slave Trade. This one is just a boring little release. Full Moon. If you're like me and you know these films and you look behind it and you see approximately 82 minutes and you're like, what the fuck, did they cut the movie? Is this a cut version? It's uncut, like it says right here. It's just Full Moon are so fucking bunch of amateurs that they put the wrong time behind it, and that scared me because I'm like, did I just buy a cut Blu-ray of Emmanuel and the White Slave Trade? But no, it's the uncut version. Alright guys, hope you liked it. See you guys next time.